Hello and welcome back to the channel where we are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. We are on the road to finishing the demo here. So we are working on some of the last things for the demo, including sound effects. So once we get the sound effects imported, we've got a couple of things. We got to make 2 NPCs, we got to make a fishing boat, and then we've got to add the saving and loading for the inventory system, and then a couple of new sprites for the overworld. So all said and done, it's not too much, but also playtesting and bug hunting and all that stuff. So it's gonna take a little while, but we're hoping to finish the demo here in the next couple weeks. So let's continue our journey of importing all of the sound effects that Kane had made us. So we just got the item equips. Now, item pickup. We don't really have an item pickup because the only item we get is the potion, and that's in a chest. So let's worry about this open chest so we can do this. I want to say it's like an open chest function. For the item, we have treasure chest option. I want to say it's called open chest right here. Okay, so when we run open chest, we do all this stuff. Let's just say we're gonna play the sound effects song open chest. And what just happened? What the what? Okay, we want to run the play method on this sound, and it is from our global sound effects table. So I guess we should maybe, since we run open chest, it looks like we just become open. So this should only run once. So let's just have the open chest and just see if it's in there. I don't think it'll be looping. Let's see though. Yeah. That's good. Okay. We've got one more chest in the game demo. It's for the tome, but there's no easy way of getting over there unless we have the shortcut saved. So I want to assume that's okay. It does kind of start a little late, but I like it. So we've got the open chest. We've got pause 1, 2, and 3. So let's see what these different sounds are. Pause 1, 2, and 3, because we have a couple different pauses, right? We've got the pause to the inventory system and then the pause to the mini-map. So those are 2 different sounds we need. So pause V1. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think that one should maybe be... Definitely pause 3 is one of them. Either minimap or... Yeah, I think 2 should be inventory and 3 should be minimap. So let's try that. Pause V... Pause 2 is gonna be minimap. No. Pause 2 is gonna be item inventory. So when we switch to the pause state, is that what it's called? Yeah, so when we switch to the pause state, we're just gonna say, let's also just play our pause 1. No, pause 2. But we also need to play this from the pause state, right? And it's not even a real state, is it? It is a pause state. Is it a real state? It is. Okay, so when we hit start to go back, when we go back to either of these, when we press start, we're going to play that pause 2 sound again. So let's hear. Okay. Okay, that works. We need minimap now, which is pause 3. So when we do the minimap, we have, actually, where do we do this? If it's select pressed. There's a lot of stuff here. We don't really have a... Okay, at least right here, right? Switching from the minimap back, that should be a pause 3. But, oops. But we need it to going to the minimap too, so... Okay. It's fine for the quitting, but we need it for the... Is this minimap, like, isn't even a state, is it? It's a class. Okay, so where do we do... Oh, it is a state, right here. Change to minimap. Okay, well, we want to... pause 3, play. Let's hear it. Okay, now I'm kind of thinking that switching to it should be this pause 3 sound, and closing it is the higher pitched. So I think switching into it should be a pause 2, but coming out of it, really? Come on, we're not doing it. Once we're in the minimap. We have this. Let's go to pause 2 when we close it. And then also a pause 2 when we close the pause state. Where is it? Pause 3 when we close the pause state. So let's see. It should be the... Okay, when we close minimap, we need pause 2. Oh. Maybe it's pause 3 then. Okay, I think I like that. I like the 2 different sounds for it. And then we do have like a navigate in the minimap sound too, I believe, but we'll go one thing at a time. We're still working on... We're just going chronologically on the imports. So, those are pause. Okay, so we have purchase. Purchase 1 and 2. So let's listen to these, but the 2 things you can purchase in the demo are a bed for resting and also an upgrade from your refinery. So let's hear the purchase 1 and 2 and just see what we think about them. Purchase 1. Nice. Okay. Okay, so I think two should be the bed and one should be the refinery. So purchase 1 is the refinery, 2 is the bed. So when we purchase a bed, rest, what do we call it? Coin count right here. So once we do select, we do a select sound. Let's hear this in the bed. When we go to purchase a bed, it says we make a select sound. Okay, yeah, so that's purchase 2. So we won't do this from the sounds table. We also need different music in there, but is that village music? I don't remember what we were supposed to have in there. Nice. Okay, I love it. So we've got the bed purchase. We need to add purchase 1 to the refinery update. So I think we do have a refinery state, maybe? Upgrade element state. We have a refinery state. Okay, how do we tell if we do a purchase? Right? Where we say, oh my god, dude, look at all this. Calculate. Might be in the calculate method. It is a calculate method on a upgrade item, on an element item, which I don't even know. Uh-oh. Really? Dude, we just killed our session? Okay, I want to say it's called element upgrade or something. Upgrade element. Uh-oh. The fuck? Upgrade element. Here we go. So when we run the calculate method on here, basically there's this check we do to see if you can afford it. God. Yeah, basically if it's purchasable, we want to play the sound. Because look, this is upon, well, it should be only upon a selection, right? Okay. We need to make some sounds in there too, but it looks like, gosh, I don't even know. We should be deducting from our count, from our element count at some point in time once we hit the action button, but I don't even see where we're doing that. So it might not be an upgrade element. So it should be, yo, Kavictus, good morning, what's up? Yo, nice Lugia over there, that's looking good. I think it's called like Ruby count. Yeah, upgrade element. handle upgrade. That's what it is. Handle upgrade. Okay, so it's not the coin pickup sound. We have a special sound for it now. And it is called pickup. No, it's called purchase 1. Yeah, purchase 1. So in the handle upgrade, we just play the purchase 1. We also need to play the navigation sounds, but we've got to add that for the minimap too. So let's try to just add it here. So we'll go over to the refinery. Oh, refinery is up here. Okay, we need a new song for this place too still, but let's see. We try to get level 2. There we go. We've got the new upgrade sound. We should probably have like a sound for not purchasing. You know, if the calculate comes back non-purchasable, we should probably have a sound, you know? We might need that though. Okay, well hey, maybe that'll wake you up. It sounds cool though. That's pretty badass. Like, don't mind me just chopping my wood for the day. I don't think we have like an error message sound. So we might need to add that to the list for Kane to make for us. So let's continue going down. We added the new purchase 1 sound and 2 sound for either a bed purchase or a refinery upgrade purchase. And now we are on push crate and push rock. Okay, so let's test it out. When we push a pushable object, we have a table called pushables that we check for collision. And then basically whenever we succeed in pushing, we need to get the type of thing that is pushing and then make sure the sound isn't playing and then play the sound. So when we do this, we want to say, oh look, we push left. That's just for the animation. Right here, when we actually do a push, we want to do, see how we do a push up, push right, push down. We want to do our push sound here. Now we don't have a, what? We don't have a push left? Oh yeah, we do. So yeah, we want to do this depending on what the type is. So we have to do a couple of things here. And what we could do, we could just put the sound in the method itself. So we just leave it like this. So that would mean that we have to go into a pushable class. And then when we actually run the push directions right here, we ask what type it is and then play the appropriate sound. So in the push left, and actually we can probably just do a function called, we can do a function called pushable play sound or something. I don't want it to have, actually, yeah, let's just do play sound function, and it takes in a pushable object, right? And actually, you know, the self, it should actually just take in the type, because we don't want to necessarily pass the whole object. So I think what we can do is just request a type to be played, and then if the type is equal to a crate, we play the crate push, or the boulder, right? So else if the type is equal to boulder as a string, then we want to play the sound. So now we should be able to just say, okay, well, when we run the push-up method, we just want to run the play sound on ourself. So play sound is a method on the pushable. So the pushable that we just want to play the sound, and it takes in a type. So we'll have to take in our own type as well. So it plays the sound of the type we are, and this is just gonna go to our global sound table and do the push crate sound. Yo, peace out, Correctus. Thanks for hanging, dude. Push boulder. Okay. So let's try this. We want to do this upon every push. We want to just play the sound if we actually run the push method. So we should have it for all the directions. Oh, okay. I thought you were sleeping, dude. I thought you were cutting wood or sleeping. Let's see. We've got a crate here. Dude, oh, it sounds so good. Let's try the boulder push. Push boulder. Push boulder. What was wrong about it? Push rock. Push rock. Okay, yeah, we should have called it push boulder. Oh, I didn't even hear that shit. That one sounds fine. It is so quiet. It is so quiet. That is not okay. Push rock. Where's push rock? Let's hear how quiet it is. Oh my god, it's so quiet. It's like negative 30. Negative 34. Okay. Just turn it up. Alright. We are just normalizing that louder. And then we're gonna hear what it sounds like. Yo, nice jump, dude. It's feeling more put together with all the different sound effects. Oh! It does, dude. I like it. I mean, it's sounding much more put together with the different sounds. I think a boulder, you know, I want it to be a little quieter just because it gets really repetitive when you have to push it across a long way. So I just want to turn it down just a bit. I love the crate sound, man. Pushing crate sounds perfect. Yeah, it's feeling good, man. Oh, get off. Get off. Oh, no. Oh, no. We should have some game over music, right? We don't have any game over music for this chasm. Yeah, we should have a kind of mythical game over sound here. I love the game over screen. Looks so cool. At least when you fall into chasm. I like it. Okay, pushing pushables worked good. So let's keep chugging along. We've got the push rock. Okay, so the next two sound effects are the ruby unsocket and the ruby pickup for the mineral mining. So let's do that. I think it's a mineral class, right? Okay, we have a mineral update. Okay, so if we collide with a mineral, we do the coin pickup. So we are going to do the ruby pickup, is it? Ruby, what is it? Fuck. Sound effects. Ruby pickup. Okay, and then we want to do the actual socketing. Yeah, just Kavictus, just like splash some water on your face and then maybe that'll help. Ruby pickup. Okay, so we need this like where it becomes mined. So if we cycle through the deposits, if we are successfully casting a spell, we check the spellcast entity count. We loop through all the entity counts and we check. Why are we doing that? Why are we... Spellcast entity count. If the mineral deposit is already mined, then we don't want to do anything. But if it's not already mined, then we check each spellcast entity. Why is this hard-coded at spellcast entity of 1? It should be at I here instead of 1. I'm pretty sure. I think that's supposed to be I, because we're in the loop for the spellcast entity count, and we want to check every spellcast entity, not just the first spellcast entity. So we're going to see if the mineral deposit spell collides with a spellcast entity. If it does, then we insert the actual mineral because it becomes unsocketed, but then that becomes mined and it changes to a different color or a different image. So this is where we need to put it, and we'll put the sound effects right here, and it'll be the ruby unsocket right here. So let's see how that sounds, both the pickup and the unsocket. Let's just make sure they're working. So we have the mineral deposit here. Okay, here we go. I think the unsocket can be a little louder, but I do like how quiet it is. Actually, it's kind of subtle. Ruby unsocket. I think we can just turn this up a bit. Yeah, look how quiet that is. Nice. I like it. I do think pushing boulder can be a little quieter. It's just a little distracting compared to the rest. Oh, we can do this. Yeah, we can fine tune this a little bit better without, we normalize the sound, but then we can kind of control the gain when we declare the soundables. I don't know what they're called. I call them soundables. It's just these audio sources in Lua. So we're going to just say that, hey, we're going to just set the volume of the push rock actually. Push rock is just going to get a volume of 0.8 or 0.9 just to turn it down just a little bit. So that way we don't have to re-export an MP3 and commit this whatever, we just have it tunable. Okay, yeah, that sounds more even with the crate now. And I'm dead. Okay, I think that's okay. Wow, we're making good progress. I think we have just a handful more of sound effects before we're done. We have... Oh, Tashio Hurt. Okay, we have a Tashio Hurt 1 and 2. Okay. So part of me is thinking... Part of me is thinking that we want to do like a random sound, right? Yo, sounds good, Cavictus. Peace out. Thanks for hanging. I want to do a random sound. One, you know, either the hurt 1 or hurt 2 when Tashio gets hurt. So we might have to do... Yo, take care. Have a good day, dude. Part of me wants to just make a global table here called Tashio Hurt. What do we do? How? Because we want to say... Yeah, I guess what we do is say Tashio Hurt is a table. And we want a table.insert into the Tashio Hurt table, right? Is that what it is? List value. So yeah, the list is the Tashio Hurt table, and the value is the sound effects sound at Tashio Hurt 1. So we're going to play that, not play that. We're just going to insert that actual soundable into our Tashio Hurt table. And the idea is if we put both of those sounds into a table, then we can say, all we have to do is go Tashio Hurt, which is this table of 2 values, index 1, and then we just play what's in there. You know, so let's see if we can do that. So let's do pauseState. Let's just say in the pauseState update, we're just gonna play this sound. Oh, we don't want to do that. B. What the heck is this? B is playing a sound? This is like, we're looking for something like this that has just a way to play, just a way to trigger a sound. So that's actually what we need. It works. It works. Cool. It works. So what we want to do is now we do have a hurt sound, and it is hurt? Sounds hurt. Okay, so basically whenever we play sounds hurt, we want to instead at least for things revolving around Tashio. Like this gecko, you know, we don't want a gecko hurt sound. We want... Is this all of Tashio? This looks like it is player to entity collision, so yes, any sounds hurt. Yeah, we can say, let's say we want to substitute every sounds for our sound effects table, but then we also want to substitute any, we want to substitute any of the hurt index with Tashio hurt 1. This isn't right. Because basically we need a way to alternate, right? We need to play one of the two sounds, and one of the two sounds is from the Tashio hurt table at whatever index, you know, that we wanted to play. So we just need to get a random number. We're just gonna say local local sound option is gonna get equal to, we want, see, because the math.random gives you like a float, but if we do math.random n, so we can do math.random and we just give 2, so it can be one of the two things. So math.random, and we just want to say 2 because we want a number between 1 and 2, and then we want to play the Tashio sound option essentially and not play that. So we're just gonna take this, every time we play a hurt sound, we instead play a random hurt sound. Let's try that. We should alternate. It'll be random, so it won't alternate, but it should have different sounds for getting hurt. We need more health to test this out, but I did hear one of the grunts. Nice. It works. It plays random hurt sounds. It's like a grunt, you know? I think I like it though. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I think it's funny. It's like a grunt. It's like a dude. But it's funny. Okay. Oh, we're getting close, man. We're doing really good. What the fuck did we just do? We're gonna go check out our sound effects table. Not what I wanted. What the what? Okay, we've got Tashio hurt. Okay. We've got the scroll and select. I thought we had more sounds than this. I thought we had directionals for each direction, but UI select, UI scroll. Maybe we just have 2 directions. Let's hear what these are. UI scroll. I thought we had more than this. Okay. So we have two things I'm thinking of. In the minimap, we can scroll 4 directions. So I kind of want a unique sound for any direction you scroll. But I want the up and down sounds to be consistent with something like the refinery upgrade. When you're scrolling down to see the upgrades or scrolling up, we want the same up and down sounds, but then we want left and right sounds. So part of me, you know what? Like, part of me game wise is thinking that the loot strings go, you know, from right to bottom to left to up in ascending scale. So I'm thinking the minimap scale should be the same way, to just for the tonal consistency of the game to have the same sort of pitch shifting based on the directional input. I think that could kind of subconsciously help the player a bit, I think. So we want scroll 1, scroll 2, select 1, select 2 is the ascending order for that sound. So I think we can do this. It's this order. I'll just copy this order because it's scroll 1, 2 and then select 1, 2. So let's go into the minimap. Okay, so here, if there, you know, we only want to play the sound if we can actually update the movement, you know? So, like, if we can't update the movement, I don't think we want to do this. But it's also, if input list is... We're still using input list? That's a different kind of sound. Shit. Just up, just down. Okay, so that's not too hard. It's just that, like, for this, if we have multiple directions, it's just kind of weird. We should play them both. I mean, we should play them both. So I think the move is we'll just make a couple functions here. And the functions are relative to the minimap, and they just say play left, you know. Oh, actually, it can just be called play sound, and we give it a string of direction, you know. So we can say if the direction is left, we want to play, and we had these sounds. These are the ones. So it's something like this. So let's start with the lowest. So we'll just do right and then down. So down and then left and up. So we'll just do this. Okay. Now we want to play the sound effects table, and this is just the right sound, which is scroll 1. Okay. Why is this mad at me? Why is this mad? What the hell? Oh. Probably because all this junk. Okay, so this should be... What the... Dude, what did we just do? Jeez, man. Luckily, we had that in our freaking buffer. Okay. Scroll 2, then there's UI select 1. And select 2. Okay. So this is just mad because we don't have this. There we go. Okay, so our play sound method on our minimap object takes in a direction, and it'll just play whatever direction. So we can now play direction with whatever is pressed. So in the update, if we press down and left, which is technically only really possible on the touch when you hit the diagonal touch, because that'll trigger both. We just want to say, and it's down, should be pressed, not down. Should be pressed. So we don't worry about it under continuous input, it's just if it's pressed. So we're gonna say it is gonna be this self actual minimap, and we're gonna say play sound, and it's gonna take in a string equal to the direction that we're trying to play the sound for. So we have, if down is left, and not down right, and not down up, and not down down. Okay, whatever. Okay, if right is pressed, we're gonna say play the right sound. And then if up is pressed, we're gonna say play the up sound. And if down is pressed, we're gonna play the down sound. And hopefully that works. See, I like how you can play little things like that, looking around. Just the fact that I'm sitting here playing around with it is, I think, testament. I like it. I like it. So we just need these same UI elements. The other UI selectors we have are the rest option, rest yes or no, the meditate option, rest or meditate yes or no, the refinery upgrades. So we have a couple. I'm trying to think if I like the up and down sound, if it translates straight over. Okay, I think I do. So, these are the things, right? Down is scroll 2, up is select 2. So that's just what we have to remember for this. So we've got a couple of different things, right? It's in a dialog box. So let's try to get it for the dialog box for both the meditate option, like this, and I guess just start there. So it should be we do a thing in a dialog box, maybe around here. Rest option. We should have, yeah, it's not there. Should be on the input. Let's see, input up. Here we go. So we don't want to play this. Idle or rest. We just play the sound. We don't want this. We want if up is pressed to play the first sound and down is pressed to play the second. I think it's UI scroll 2 and UI select 2. So let's just make sure, like, we want to, this is where we want to go, but it's, I want to say it is, yeah. Let's just snag these. Right here. Okay, so this is going to be mad at me for a little while. Okay. It's going to be down is UI scroll 2, but it's not quite here. We actually don't want to just put it here because this is just checking if either button is pressed. So I guess it doesn't really matter. We could just say, well, if input pressed up at this point in time, then we want to play the up sound, which is UI select 2. So if up is pressed, we want to do that, and otherwise we would know that down is pressed, so we can just play that sound instead. So it's just like another check, just get the right sound instead of just playing the beep sound. We want to say play the appropriate beep sound. So let's see, this should work for the meditate option and the rest option. I hear... Okay, I don't like this. I don't like this. We hear another beep for some reason, so... Oh, I just saw it. We have it right there. Yeah, we don't want to play this beep. Okay. But we don't want to, like, basically pressing down would just cycle through each one. But I want to lock that down. So it's not that, you know, we can redo the blink reset. But I don't like... See how we're just doing this. Okay, we want to do this only meditate yes is on top. So if the top is pressed, you know, if it's in an idle, if we press up, we only want meditate yes to become true. So if up is pressed, we only want meditate yes to become true. And otherwise, in an idle, we want meditate yes to become false. So instead of just switching it, we're just saying only swap it on a certain direction. Okay, so it's still playing sounds even though it's not actually swapping the meditate value. So it's not that we want to play this, it's that if by the time up is pressed, if we are already meditate yes, we don't want to play. So we only want to play if we're not already meditate yes. Then we set to meditate yes. Otherwise, we only want to play if we are meditate yes. Then we want to play, and then we set to meditate yes. Meditate yes getting false. So this we should have it only playing once. Nice. Cool. We don't have a select sound. I think we do have a select. Oh, we can do the left sound, which would be select 2. So if by the time we do a selection, which would mean action button is pressed, maybe. Yeah, if action button is pressed, we want to just play a sound, right? In the dialog box of just, we just want to say a sound effects. We want to say UI select 2, play. It's not UI select 2. That's the same sound, so I think we want maybe scroll 1. I like it that it's musical. I think it's really cool. Cool, it works on a dialog box too. It's feeling good, man. It works, man. It works. Let's check the rest option. I don't think we have it for a rest option. Only dialog box? Well, let's see. See, this is still swapping. It's close though. Nice. Okay. It's really close. We just need, in the meditate option, we just need to do the same thing we're doing with the idle option, which is just limiting our meditate yes or our option yes. What is that? Rest option yes? So rest option, yeah, rest option. We have a rest option, meditate option. Where do we do the selector though? Rest yes. It's literally called rest yes. Okay, so meditate yes. When we do this, God, we have too many of this. Okay, so yeah, we need this. We basically do this same thing, where we're asking if we're pressing a thing, instead of just swapping the Boolean, we want to see if input up is pressed. We only want to change this on rest yes. Okay. That should be it. So let's check. Because we're trying to make sure that you can't just hit down. and cycle through the options. Down only goes down, up only goes up, instead of swapping it. Okay, I do think what's up, Cavictus? I think I just want a different sound for initiating a dialog box and closing a dialog box. But right now, we don't have a distinguisher. Yeah, this is a little tough. What sound would close it, man? What sound would be different to close it? Pause V1. Yeah, I like pause V1. So maybe what we can do... It's tough because we have the UI select play upon an action button. And that means that even if we were to initialize or close a dialog box, it would still be playing this action button. So we might have to stop this sound and then play pause 1 instead if we're on the last page. Right? So when we do this, we have a last page, end of page, right? If the current page is the end of the page length, then you know what? We want to take the UI scroll and actually not play the default sound, but we want to instead play the pause 1 sound. Let's see if that works. I didn't hear it that time. Still sounds like the same. Oh, worst. Huh. We don't even stop it. The heck? Because we go to play this sound. UI scroll. But then we pause it from the end of the page. Right? Right? See, because we're playing it here. Oh, yeah, it still plays anyway. Well, what else happens? It's a little tricky. What else happens when we're on the last page, right? We hit this. We play the default sound. Oh, and you know what? Yeah, I don't think we even need this here. This would be, well, this would be for advancing the page instead of a meditate option, but advancing a page. So yeah, so that takes it out. Okay, so I think we do want it here then. But we're playing, we're checking page length. See, this isn't exactly right. Because this is, well, no, this isn't an action press. So this might be right. Yeah, because if we press action, but our current page equal to our page length, yeah, we want to play a different sound. But we're also saying, you know, if it's, we're also getting down here. Wait, end of page. Okay, I think we want it here too. Dialogue option, so that's an end of page. End of page for a rest option. Oh, okay. So yeah, end of page for a rest option. It might have been working, but for a default dialogue option, we need to also say if our current page is equal to page length, we want to stop that sound from coming out and instead play the pause one sound. I didn't hear any sound come out when I did that. Oh, but I canceled it. Let's try it with the dialog box. Nice. Yes. Yes. Okay, so also we need to do this if we cancel with an action B in what? Action B in the dialog box. So yeah, action B, we want to just say, do our little thing. Cool. Let's try that. Because we normally can terminate it early. Cool. I like how musical the selections are. I think it's nice. Cool. Okay, so if there is a little check, there's a little check we do in a dialog box where we won't advance the page if the text isn't done printing. So I think we also want to not play the UI scroll 1 sound effect if the dialog box is currently printing in the same way that we don't advance the page. I don't remember what that's actually called though. Because it should be when we go to advance the page. Yeah, if we go to advance the page, but we have to make sure that the page is not being currently printed. I don't remember where we did this. Look right here. If the current page printed character count is greater than the page we're at's page character count, then we want to do that stuff. So I think we might need to add a check before we play the default sound right here. We want to also make sure that it is only if we aren't currently printing text. So let's try this. It does prevent the sound from playing period once we initialize, so we might have to do this. Let's see if it fixes it for the other default dialog box, because it does affect the first initialization sound. Yeah, So I was spamming it there, and you only heard it once it was ready to close because the dialog was done printing. So we need to just make this once we kind of activate a dialog box, but where would we do that? Dialog detection. Yeah. Okay, so if we're gonna pause because of a dialog collision, we're just gonna play that default UI sound. Yo, doing well. Welcome in. Good to see you again. What is up? I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. Should have worked here. This is in the refinery state. Okay. We don't want it in the refinery state. We want it in the play state. We have to check it for the refinery state too, though. Yeah, so here's the play state. If we hit action, yes. So if we're going to become paused here, we're just going to play that default UI scroll. Okay, I think that works. Just want to check a rest option and a traditional dialog box. Nice. Okay, so now if we spam the action button, it doesn't play multiple sounds. Okay, closing on a rest option just doesn't sound like it's the right sound. It sounds like it's a UI scroll instead of a pause one. So is that would be in the dialog box, and it would be a, well, we're still, I mean, it is playing the sound upon the closing, yeah? It would be, yeah, it would be doing this. I mean, oh, if it's an option, if it's a rest option, see, we have idle option, rest option. Okay, so yes, it is playing the UI scroll. So if we hit no, actually, okay, no, that's fine. It's just the select on that, because this is like the select to select it, but not to actually enter your selection. So we hit enter. Yeah, it should be under an action press. Yeah, we have the action presses right here on the last page. I don't think it's a big deal, but it's not perfectly consistent. Because here, I think what's happening, well, let me test it. Let me pause this music real quick so I can hear it better. See how it's like a beep boop beep boop, and I don't think it's that beep boop when we close it on a rest option. Oh, it is. Oh, see, the rest no. Oh, it's a select. Okay. So there's a difference between... Let's see what the meditate sounds like if we do a no. If we actually select a no. Yeah. Okay, so there is something that is right about the meditate option that is not right about the rest option, and that is when we hit action, if we're on the last page, we play this pause 1 instead. So we have this meditate, yes. It should be a rest, yes. Default dialogue option. We do the same thing here. I would think that this would work. We're not doing anything different on the action press versus a meditate or a rest option for a dialog box. So, yeah, we're not doing anything different. Dialog box. We're really close. We're really close. It's just not playing pause 1 when we select a rest option. So how, or when we select rest no. So when rest yes is not true. Right here, we are asking on the option. Yes. Okay. So here, if we hit not rest yes, we want this to be pause 1. Yeah. We want that to be pause 1. I think that's it. Okay, so that sounds right. Let's try the rest option. See, still wrong. Rest option. We might have to stop. I don't know. Oh, this is just the select, though. Yeah, this is just the select. It's not the action press. It's just the up or down press. Okay, so... Yeah, I mean... We're not doing anything specific on the rest yes versus the meditate type here. Well, we have options idle. We're going to do this. If options rest, we're going to do this. Yo, nice battle royale. Cavictus. Here, we'll get the music going for it. Let's duke it out, boys. Let's go, let's go. Dude, the Lugia, it's unfair to be like Lugia right now, you know? Wow, Matt Bird picking up the freaking health. Dude, Matt Bird's got like freaking full health. Alright, here we go. This is the end of Cavictus. Bye-bye, Cavictus. This is the end of doing well. Sorry. Alright, well, I think Matt Bird's gonna edge it out here. Let's go. Ooh, actually, I might get a med pack here. Oh, nope, I just decided not to. I went back for seconds. Oh. Dude, oh, it's very close. We're both heading towards a med pack, and... Oof. Yo, good game, Matt Bird. Good game. Okay, I don't see what we're doing differently from a rest option to a meditate option for the end of page dialogue. It's bugging me, so I want to fix it. But I don't know why it's different, because we should be It would be, yeah, it's not. Okay, so it's actually not on a current page is page length. It would be like if we're on a rest no. You know, we can just say, well, if we're on if action and we're on rest not rest yes, then we want to also just stop the UI scroll and just play the pause. So we can do this at the end of this action. Like right here. Let's see that. Sounds good, Cavictus. I'm about done here anyway. Okay, normal dialog box works. Idle, meditate does work too. Fuck, still wrong. It worked right there. See, that worked. Huh. Just the rest? Rest? No. I thought that this would catch that. Because what's coming out is the UI scroll sound, not the pause 1 sound. So it's not that we are on the end of the page. I don't know. Uh-oh. Messed that one up. Oh! It played both sounds. It played both sounds. I don't think this would even fix it. We missed our commit. That's okay. Okay, so that works. Still plays 2. Okay, so this just tells me we have to put this just at the end of this if statement. Let's try that. If that doesn't work, I don't know what's going on. Huh. What the fuck's going on? It's not right. It's not right. It's playing both sounds. I don't get why it's different for shit, I don't know, dude. I don't know. We're really close. We're really close. This just is not quite it. It's not a huge deal. It's just one of those things where it's like I want a specific sound to come out when the dialog box closes, and that's just not happening for a rest option. So I don't get why. Okay, where's this early break we do? Yeah, we do all this. Okay. Dude, I don't know why it doesn't work. It should work. We're doing it for both options. Oh, rest option. We might not have it right here. It will convict us. That's a good one. Never seen that one before. I think it's right here. You know, we're doing this if it's at the end of a page, but here's the rest option. And we're just saying, well, if it is a rest option and if it's rest, yes. So on the else right here, it should be right here. We stop playing the old sound and we play the pause sound. This should be it. Let's hope. So, yes, so it should sound like that for the rest option too. Doot, doot, doot. Not the same sound for closing. That's it. That's it. Great. Cool. Yep, we still need a transition warp zone sound effect from Kane. He is working on it. This is great. Okay, I think we're good. Let's check out... Wow, we touched a lot. We normalized some MP3s. But let's check out our git diff. We added UI scroll sound effects. We added a purchase sound effect. We still need to add the select to the refinery. Yeah, we need the select to the refinery. Maybe we just do that now because we're here. I won't do it. I'm sleepy. So, we also have the Ruby on socket, the Ruby pickup. We have the push crate sound effects added. We have the purchase. We have the Tashio hurt sound effects. We have the minimap sound effects for the cursors, and we have the dialog box, meditate, and rest option dialog sound effects in place. So we will say that we just added a bunch of dialogue. Added SFX for crate, for pushing, minerals, UI, and minimap. And dialog boxes. Great. Okay, so tomorrow we will continue to finalize the importing of the new sound effects. We're waiting on a couple more sound effects from our sound designer who's helping us out, Kane. And he's going to get us a gong meditate sound and a dialogue printing sound effect, as well as a warp zone transition sound effect. And then that's, I think, it for the sounds. Then we can get to making our NPCs. We need 2 new NPCs, a couple new sprites, and then touch up the overall artwork. And then once we get the bugs with saving and loading done for the inventory system, then the demo will be done. So it's exciting stuff. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow, and we will get some more programming done. I will run credits, find someone to raid. Thanks for watching. I don't really have any homies on right now. We'll just raid Triple Jump Games. I know I've seen his stuff. He's working on some cool stuff sometimes, so we'll raid out. Thanks for hanging, Convictus. Have a good night. Thanks for being here, bot. Appreciate you.